So use the timestamps to skip forward because I am about an hour too late to the party since it opened, but it's fine because, yeah, I'm going to be going over the Musume I trained and the ones that I am not using here. Why am I hitting the runner's history? I'm going absolutely crazy. But, yeah, one entry in the first day, so the first entry, really. And if the thumbnail didn't already let you know, then we're going to be using GolShi, Summer GolShi, because I burnt, as you may have seen my carrots, I burnt through nearly over half of my carrots, just going for GolShi and then also grabbing the Summer Maruzensky. And I just happened to pick up the Wits Nakayama Festa card as well. So hey, this is the GolShi we're running with. Nothing too special. I was just struggling to get Sprint A regardless, as the next CM will also be Dirt, and yeah, I need to work on my Sparks. But otherwise, yeah, I completely forgot about Throne, and I just put in a SSR Nice Nature so I can get on your left, and then it's going to be fun times ahead. Whether or not I'll win, well, we'll see. But you'll see that there are 5 Musume there. The reason for that is because I actually did want to use a Dominator Symboli Rudolph because I was using 564, but I decided that I did not want to gamble too much. So, because or I could just isolate the Dominator, but I wanted to use Musume that could actually still win. And that's not to say that Symboli Rudolph could never win, but 1 out of like, what, 20 races is... yeah, it's not great. Also, I have not been able to race nearly as much as I wanted to. Otherwise, it's probably going to be this OGuri Cap that's going to be carrying me most of the time, even though I got... Yeah, again, I didn't really race too much, so... I'm shrugging in real life as I say, yeah, I didn't get to race too much. Otherwise, just a quick peek at the Symboli Rudolph I would have used. Again, I just decided to add a bunch of gold, but when you do this, 564 can misfire, as you might... Well, we're going to be seeing misfires of 564 regardless. You'll also know for King Halo and for OGuri Cap that I did not use Throne, so that's on me. And so I'm running 3 late surgers. That's all that we can summarize here. So, without further ado, the timestamp will not have been active yet. The next timestamp after the intro/start of the video is going to be when race 1 starts, so shrug, right? But otherwise, as opposed to the last CM, and I think even the Champions meeting before that, numbers 14 and 15, I think I'm better prepared here. Even though sprint races can just be a whole hoopla of girls running in, out, trying to pass, not passing, not firing their skills correctly, yeah, sadness happens. Also, you'll note that there's a new matchmaking system for Champions meeting. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't know how it works for certain, but it is supposed to be more quality of life, on top of just fixing the odd matchmaking that can happen here or there. I don't think it was made to address, basically, not getting matches, which did happen to me sometimes. I think you saw it in one of my Champions meetings in the past, but other people also noted that it was happening to them as well, so when trainers can't get matched up in a Champions meeting race, that is a bit weird, because there are more than enough people running Champions meeting, basically. But otherwise, yeah, UG is kind of the standard here. We'll take a quick look around. Not really much else to... It's a sprint race. I mean, I don't know what you want. It's get to a lot of accelerations and get returned to the title screen, because why not? What happened there? Goodness gracious. But even the small... the little bit that I've seen of that Major Arden, again, looking for accelerations. If your Musume has a unique that's an acceleration, then you're just, well, adding acceleration. But also adding a velocity at the end, because the other side of not having acceleration is that you have a unique that procs velocity, and that will mean that you want accelerations instead. Which is pretty much all 3 Musume that I'm using. GolShi is kind of a wild card. She can misfire regardless, and she's also going to be the only SS. I did have a UG GolShi, but I promise you having Sprint B hurt me a lot more than I would have thought would hurt. But otherwise, as we sit here with 2 fronts, 4 paces, and 3 of my Musume just sitting at late, yeah, again, what I actually expect to see is a lot of Kurin-chan camping Taiki, and to some extent, I would like to have seen more Nishino Flowers, because I think Nishino Flower has a special place in just running me down, or keeping ahead as a pace chaser and winning, because Budding Blossom is is a unique. But otherwise, yeah, Camping Taiki, even OGuri Cap herself, but I think there was another one. But yeah, Kurin-chan is also going to be a high contender, and yeah, let's just see what happens. But to get this started, yeah, you'll see Gate Cap on GolShi. That was me. That's me failing to get the Takarazuka Kinen bonus. But otherwise, the training was obviously hard for GolShi. You have to get A Sprint. B Sprint you can live with. I have a B Sprint GolShi that is UG that can win races, but it's not often. That being said, this GolShi is not going to win races often either, but so I guess we'll see what happens. But since the races are short, at least we can get to getting to the final leg. We're really looking for velocity. Most of the time it's going to be Burning Spirit Speed, but it can be anything else as well. Also, Top Runner is actually what I want to see with OGuri Cap, because Top Runner is up front. But, yeah, she's a little far back, so shrug. If these are accelerations like No Stopping Me, forcing a No Stopping Me proc, that would be great. It is, and also Nothing Ventured. So, let's see what happens here. King Halo does want to see a grouped up pack, because she needs to be farther than 5th or 6th place. I forgot which, but let's see who actually gets the front here, because boy, oh boy, yeah, we have to catch up to these pace chasers and front runners. Oh, goodness, sprints. So part of it is that the late surgers have to be having a good mid-game so that they can catch up in time for the final leg. If they're a bit far back, it gets a little iffy. Rarely, for me, I see my own Musume kind of get that big acceleration. That would usually require, in the case of my team, it would require an on your left, no stopping me, both, when they need to accelerate in the final leg. If that doesn't happen, if they're too far back, they're not gonna make it, basically. Hey, here's the Nishino flower I was talking about, by the way. So, are these? I see a groundwork. That must be, yeah, 2 fronts, 4 paces. So, is that always going to be 1 front, 2 paces? I wasn't checking, but either way, same exact composition of the lobby: 2 fronts, 4 paces, 3 lates. I'm going to say it again after the timestamp, but first. Again, another race starting with 2 fronts, 4 paces, and 3 lates being myself. That can mean that I get blocked myself, but I promise you, me trying to run Pace Chaser was not great. I have a regular OG Taiki shuttle, but that training did not go well. That being said, if I weren't doing an Oshi, if I can grammar correctly, Oshi push with GolShi, she probably would have been Taiki instead. I'm trying to think of who else I would have used, but as we get near the final leg already, we do need to creep up a little closer than this. Late Surger Life, I didn't want to run end closer. Part of it is just also running on your left. But as we look for an on your left, no stopping me proc, that's what we need to look for. If OGuri Cap goes up ahead, that Triumphant Pulse will help out immensely. I think she will. I saw her hit 4th place, but yeah, GolShi being a little bit too far back there. It's all up to OGuri Cap now. So it does happen. Top runner 5-6 for escapades, but yes, as I said earlier, Nishino Flower is going to stop me a lot of the time. It's primarily only, funny enough, Nishino Flower. Yes, a good camping Taiki shuttle will do wonders, but for me, most of the time, it's gonna be Nishino Flower that's causing me problems. I don't know why specifically, but yeah, as we hope for the best there. Again, that would have required an on your left, no stopping me great or perfect proc. That will be the requirement. And on that note, having 3 lates might help with that, but I don't think it actually will most of the time. It'll just end up them fanning out as we get 4 lates, 2 paces, and 3 fronts. One of them is this a runaway Suzuka, by the way? It's really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting to see that. No, it's not, because yeah, runaway Suzuka here, it really has to be high end. I don't often see Suzuka win because of, if nothing else, the pace chasers that exist for this CM. Again, Nishino Flower, camping Taiki, regular Taiki even. To some extent, Fujikiseki. I think ballroom Fujikiseki, but hey. Otherwise, yeah, as we actually have, well, I say a lot more fronts. It's still the pace chaser game here, so we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, again, I would like to see the late surgers go up closer, and by late surgers I mean my team. But if that doesn't happen, we're really looking for the acceleration procs. When late surgers proc all of their accelerations, you will feel it. If if you see someone else's trainer, someone else's Musume, hit their accelerations, they will just zoom forward. That being said, only on your left by itself isn't quite enough because of all the Musume that have their uniques. Double velocity would be great here, which it was, so we're gonna see GolShi possibly go forward. We're looking for on your left and or no stopping me. We did not see any of them, so I guess we're just gonna be left behind. Yeah, let's see what actually happens there. It gets close, but boy oh boy, King Halo, Blinding Flash into the 564... Well, 564 into Blinding Flash is an interesting thing to see. A lot of that was the velocity, though. I don't think she procced her... Did she proc her unique? Interesting things will happen in the CM where Musume will proc their unique. You'll see this most of the time with Musume like OGuri Cap, but anyone who procs off 200 meters. When you proc a unique, you're going to see the other one not show animation, but it will proc. I wasn't looking for that, so I'm shrugging real life as I say, if you see it, you see it. Is that a Dominator? Is that a Dominator? Symboli Rudolph with Sprint. I did have a Symboli Rudolph. Again, I show you the Symboli Rudolph. No, it's not. It's an actual Symboli Rudolph. That's going to be interesting to see. It is a late, so shrug. We'll see what happens. Then there's also Air Groove. Again, if you're free to play or you don't have the resources, just use Air Groove, or in my case, King Halo and Sakura Bakshino. They'll work wonders for you when properly built because they're easier to make. And then OGuri Cap. So that's we see just 3 OG OGuri Caps. Festive Miracle didn't work for me. You can make it work, but I feel it's a lot of RNG in the case of Christmas OGuri Cap. That's why we see 3 original OGuri Caps. So OG Goody Caps. But yeah, if this turns into a late Surger game, we'll see what happens. Again, I decided not to make my gold chip end closer because I felt that a lot of the time it didn't work out for me. Again, only doing like 20-30 races here and there, if even that much, isn't enough data for me, but I've seen and felt the late Surger versus end closer battle, especially on shorter tracks. And by that, really sprint, but as we look for the velocity here, Corner Connoisseur into velocity, that's okay for OGuri Cap, but she needs to proc the acceleration. It's really accelerations, that's what we're looking for. Mid-game velocity skills as Gold Chip zooms forward here, but she needs to keep the speed. Yeah, mid-game skills, mid-race skills are important. You do want to get close to the front if you're a backliner, but again, it really depends on what happens there. There's OGuri Cap, by the way. Gold Chip, yeah! Hey, we at least won one. But yeah, as we sit here and Summer Gold Chip our way, because yeah, that 564 Escapades is an RNG skill, just like Nyakayama Festa, who I'll be using when she becomes available, which is going to be weird because I also need the 2 specific support cards as we go into the next scenario. Again, at this point, if you don't know what I'm talking about, whoa, hey, what was that? Popping. No, actually, it was something falling down. What actually fell down? Anyway, off we go into the next phase. So, again, I'm probably one of the few people, and really we're just looking for OGuri pushes here. However, we do see quite a bit of basically free-to-play here, with me included. OGuri Cap, King Halo, but otherwise, yeah, Kuren-chan and, well, actually, Kuren-chan, I think Fuji Kiseki is now added to the Legend Cup daily as well, although it will take time if you don't have enough stars, but hey, let's switch to portrait for the sake of getting some thumbnails. I should have switched earlier, but shrug, right? So my guess would have been 3 wins. I forgot. I know I just won that one earlier, but as we sit here, yeah, again, we're gonna really look. I'm really going to be waiting for basically day 2. Day 1, especially out the gate like I am with the first hour or 2, is going to be quite competitive usually from what I feel and have seen. So as Gold Chip gets rushed here, hey, she gets to at least to go to the front. But as we're also looking for mid-game skills, can be important. I feel like it's more important. But obviously, if you just proc well at the final leg, then shrug, right? You just proc well at the final leg, 2 XLs into 2 velocities, and one of them being a unique helps out immensely. Yeah, so creep up forward, please. No stopping me on your left. That would help out immensely. Otherwise, if you don't get that, there's on your left, no stopping me from OGuri Cap. So this might just be an OGuri Cap game. Yeah, Triumphant Pulse would help here immensely, but otherwise, Gold Chip was looking good until she was not. Again, 564 Escapades can just proc like this, and you get excels here, and you're just sad, but shrug, right? Yeah, shrug. 564 Escapades into Top Runner at the very end here doesn't usually help, but take anything you can get, especially if you hit your top speed. I was going to say something, but was this 3 wins? I guess it was 3 wins. Was it King Halo into Gold Chip into OGuri Cap? It was. Hey, 3 wins. But yeah, as we move into, well, as I move into Group A, when we get to round 2, boy oh boy, is it going to be quite competitive. Again, but on the other side of that, it is a sprint race, so you cross your fingers and hope that you win. Not to say that your training is less efficient, or because it's a sprint race and there might be random elements that happen in a sprint race, but Shrug, right? So kind of the bonus here is that I'm going to show you, I guess, the scouts, right? I think I can still show you the history for the scouts. We do have the free scouts for daily scouts for Bamboo Memory, but I don't. Yeah, I think it went. So shrug. Actually, can I see? No. So yeah, without further ado, I already showed you the skill. Yeah, the skills. But as we go into the support cards, just to give you a quick look. Not the deck, the storage, please. Storage list. Storage. I should have just hit level up. I'm going crazy. But can we see date obtained? We can see date obtained. This is the interesting one. So yeah, I think I used 60,000 and 150 carats because I accidentally hit scout one more time. But yeah, as you can see here, pause if you want to look at it. There's not really much else to look at. Max Nakayama Festa, I think I'm pretty sure I used the crystal, SSR crystal for one of these because one of them was barely missing. Otherwise, I did scout a lot of, well, the 2 summer banners. This is probably going to be my only good SSR wit card. I don't have Fine Motion. I don't have Mr. CB, who I probably should have gotten considering I play Gold Chip, but shrug, right? This is all you see on screen. I have, again, just happened to get a nice nature for on your left, but otherwise, not really much else to look at here. With the speed cards, on the other hand, was a bit luckier. You've seen it before, but just to kind of display it here. Max Pico Pegasus, thankfully, I don't recall if I used a crystal. I might have, but I definitely wanted to use it on SSR Summer Mario Zensky. And again, I have a Sun Black, used all the carats there, and I think the only other crystals I used so far was for this Super Creek here. I think literally 3 SSR crystals, which means if that's too many crystals, just know that I feel certain that I use another SSR crystal somewhere other than Super Creek, whether it was Biko Cap Pegasus or one of the summer SSR cards. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say here. I'm going to keep doing the Leo Cup, and yeah, I'll see you on round 2, Group A. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!